Okay, hello folks, and welcome back to Schuylkill County. We have made our way down into Schuylkill Haven right now because Todd and I saw something a couple weeks back that we've driven past a million times and only finally put it together what it was. And as you can see from these railroad ties here and from this old telegraph pole stump right here, that this is all railroad related. So where are we? We are on the former railbed of the Pennsylvania Railroad's Schuylkill division. And this is why it was here. A coal road. Like most railroads to start. This was the Pennsylvania Railroad's answer to the Philadelphia and Reading, because the Philadelphia and Reading pulling coal out of this region for quite some time before the PRR came up this way. So I think it was 1884 they began their expansion up towards Schuylkill County. Now the line originates in Philadelphia. Did it terminate in Pottsville? Or did it keep going?
Going all the way up to Shango.
That's right. Sorry, I was thinking of Philadelphia and Reading. Yeah, it went all the way up into Frackville. We've actually walked on some of that. St. Clair, all through that area up there. But yeah, so PRR Schuylkill Division, the answer to the Philadelphia and Reading's coal conglomeration they had going on. PRR wanted some of that. So in 1884, they began working their way up. And a lot of this old Pennsylvania Railroad Schuylkill Division still exists. A big chunk of it is part of the Bartram Rail Trail from Hamburg up to Auburn. You can walk on that. It's a wonderful trail. Some of it is actually still owned by Reading and Northern and operated on for switching purposes and storage purposes. But this section that we're on right here, this is the section through Schuylkill Haven. And Schuylkill Haven definitely was a huge industrial hub at one point, having the Schuylkill Canal come through it, the Mine Hill and Schuylkill Haven Railroad, which worked in tandem with the Schuylkill Canal for bringing anthracite to market. And those are some early industrial companies right there, the Mine Hill and Schuylkill Haven and the Schuylkill navigation system. But towards the end of the 1800s, everybody wanted to get up into Schuylkill County for the anthracite. So the Pennsylvania Railroad made its way up here, as well as the Lehigh Valley Railroad. You actually had the Lehigh Valley, the Reading, and the Pennsylvania Railroad all came through Schuylkill Haven at one time. So we've actually highlighted some of the Lehigh Valley Railroad remains in Schuylkill Haven. So today's the Pennsylvania Railroad's time. But just this cut is just absolutely mind-blowing. Todd, what do you think? 50 feet?
What's that?
50 feet? To the top of the mountain?
Probably.
About 50 feet in this cut right here, and it's a decent sized cut. And what's neat is it comes right out to one of the main roads in Schuylkill Haven now, as you'll see when we get to the end of the walk. If you didn't know what you were looking for, you wouldn't even know that this is here. We were also talking about how, had the walls been any much higher, they might have just made a tunnel out of this thing. But instead, they just blasted it all out and used it for fill, obviously, in other portions of the construction of the line. Trying to get as much in today as we can. We're supposed to get some more ice and snow up this way around 3 o'clock or so. And a couple of things that Todd put on the list for us to explore today, this was one of them. Just really neat. So there are some active railroads still in the Schuylkill Haven area. The Reading and Northern Railroad operates through Schuylkill Haven on the old Philadelphia and Reading main line, and on the old Mine Hill and Schuylkill Haven trackage. In the 1970s, when all the railroads were starting to fall or be merged into Conrail, a lot of stuff in Schuylkill Haven changed, and prior to that as well. It's way before my time, but those of you who lived in Schuylkill Haven in the 70s and maybe even early 80s probably remember there being lots of, maybe not lots, but there were some rail bridges around, and at one time quite a few stone overpasses that were put in by the Pennsylvania Railroad. A lot of great pictures. There's a really good website I'll have to post a link to in the comments about the history of Schuylkill Haven. And it is a really quite remarkable little town. Tons of great photographs. Although I'm a fan of everything railroad related, rock cuts have always been one of the neater things. I think they're cool on highways too. It's just neat to go through them sometimes. I don't know why I like them so much. I just do. Just knowing, it used to be a big old hunk of stone right here, and people said, hey, we got to move that. We got something to put there. It's just neat. You can see it's actually going to start to raise up. Where we're going to end the video at, it's where the road goes right now. So this all had to be filled, and there's school on the other side and businesses now, but at one point this cut would have gone through a little further and then eventually makes its way towards where Route 61 is now, and it would go under that huge Lehigh Valley Railroad bridge that we documented some remains of a couple weeks back. So we're actually not far from that location. We've got one more cool spot we're going to go check out next, where Todd says there's still some rails in the ground. So that's going to be really neat to see. Huh? It's great. Can't believe how many times we've driven past it. You can see what we're about to go up that's all fill. So the cut would have continued 60, 70 years ago.
I think this ran until the mid-60s, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I was thinking too, and then they started ripping all the infrastructure out in the 70s, right? The bridge across 61, the Pensy Bridge. I think the LVR bridge came out way before the Pensy Bridge, right?
That was 53, I think.
And they ripped that right out as soon as they abandoned the line. Now you can see we had to go down into there, so it would have kept going. It's been filled over the years to make way for development, both residential, commercial, all kinds of stuff. Todd was just commenting about how busy the road is today, and every day for that matter. And I've got to think that 99% of the people driving past would have no idea that right down there used to be steam engines hauling coal back and forth all day long. Lots of deer poop around too. Deer population is definitely healthy in this area. Todd, what road is this?
I don't know.
Okay. The main road into town.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so it actually would have come through here. This obviously would not have been there, and then through that tree line, it would have continued, and then Route 61 is off in that way. You've got the valley making its way over through there, and then it goes off up towards Minersville. But this is it's PRR right here, Schuylkill Division. Neat to see you got all this stuff built right here. Like, how much did they have to fill this in? Because you just saw how deep that was over there. It's just neat how easily history can be changed. Thanks, folks.